Welcome to the Back and Forth, the show by co-parents
for co-parents,
talking about the things that co-parents go through. I'm Kevin, and this is
Chanel.
Let's go. 2, 1. All right, everybody. So, Chanel, how are you doing?
I am well. I'm blessed. It's another great, awesome day to be alive. How about you?
I'm glad to be alive. Also, thank you for asking.
What was that song?
We're not going down that road again.
Is that a new song you're writing?
We're not going down that road again, Chanel. We know you know the song. I don't know why you're acting all new.
I just want you to sing it for the people.
That's what I'm saying. You be acting new, and you act like you think you know somebody when you don't actually know somebody. But I'm fine, So that jumps right into the topic we talking about today, because this show, as I said before, this show is for the co-parents, about co-parenting and things that co-parents go through, because they think that situation may be unique to just them, but there are things out there that everybody's going through or that we know of. And, when I said that you acting brand new and somebody, you acting like somebody, I don't know you, there's something that happened, and I saw it on the social and the medias again, and it was regarding this. And I'm going to jump right in there. Here it goes. Topic was this. It said, what do you do when you find out that the child you thought was yours actually isn't? The father had been co-parenting with the mother for almost 9 years when, out of nowhere, the mother told him that the child was most likely isn't his, because she knows that she was with someone else at the time of conception. But since the two of them were together at the time, she just kept it to herself. They took a DNA test, and it confirmed that he was not the father. Now, this man has been in this little girl's life, and she's the only man that she knows, and she knows him as dad. And of course, he was devastated. Chanel, I'll give you first crack at this one. Because this seems like some, if those of you who don't know anything about Maury Povich, this is something like off a Maury Povich show a long time ago. We see this thing, and you are not the father, and the lady will run off all distress, or they would say you are the father, and he was denying it. This right here, while we can sit there and laugh at those TV shows, this is real life. Chanel, I give it to you.
This disappoints me. This disappoints me. As a woman, although these shows are entertaining, I also get very, very disappointed in these shows, because I just feel like we should be better than that. We should be better, especially nowadays, because we have so much at our disposal in terms of protection and just we have so much, we have access to avoid situations like this, and they're just our own self-dignity. We've got to do better. I say this a lot, but we've got to do better as women, because this is a young lady that now cannot see her mom the same way. If this gets to her, obviously they're going to have to be honest with her eventually, but she's going to always look at her mom differently, especially if her mom's like, girl, you need to do this and do that. Now, if she's coming from a place of, I don't want you to make the same mistakes as I did, and share it in that way, then, that can be a way to salvage this. But how are you going to be the pot calling the kettle black? How does that work? Like, how can you redeem yourself from this kind of situation? And I just feel like stuff like this is just tragic for women, because we have these men that they have platforms about women like this, and we hate to see it and we hate to admit it. But then when we come across something like this, we're just like, that was another one. That was another slap on women, because there's another one that did a man like this, and we can't say anything about it. Like, it really did happen. So Kev, I want to hear from you, because, as a man, this has a great impact on males, and, fathers that clearly he was trying to be a good father, and this is devastating.
I had to get something to drink there because that thing, that situation right there, that dry you out. So I look at it from different aspects. One, he was being the father he's supposed to be. I don't know what the situation, what went on behind all the back details of it, but they said for 9 years he's been there, and he's the only person that young lady knows as dad.
Yeah.
And so, from the emotional standpoint, he's got to be wrecked.
Yeah.
Because you grow an attachment. That's your child. You were there when the child was born. Your name is on the birth certificate. Everything's fine. You don't think anything else. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she decides to come clean. And then when she comes clean, find out that he's not the father. What is he supposed to do? And, there are so many things that happen in today's society with men and children and child support and not being a good father and being called a deadbeat dad and all this stuff. And you get somebody who's out there doing what they're supposed to do and they still get run through the ringer. What is he supposed to do? This man will not have any faith in the system, because right now I'm telling you, because it didn't say anything about the two of them still together. I'm quite sure he's probably paying child support, unless they got joint custody or something like that. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And you see it happen all the time out there on the internet, where fathers are saying that, they're getting run through the ringer. They're having to pay child support for children that might not be theirs. Or this situation right here, I've seen it happen where a child did not know a father. She only know that father as her father for like 14, 15 years. And he's been paying child support all these years. You know what the judge did? The judge said, well, it will be unfair to the child for you to stop taking care of this child. That's easy for a judge to say. You love a child. I'm quite sure that man loved that child like it was his own. And because he didn't know anything else different.
That's tough. Because then how do you even fight for custody?
You have to think about this kind of stuff, because the things that we do in the dark will come to light. We do this dirt, and then all of a sudden it comes out, oh, you want to clear your conscience. Or you want to clear your conscience now. And so with that comes the child's emotional struggle that they're going to have to go through now. And you, Chanel, dealing with children, how do you think it's going to affect that child?
Yeah, this is going to have a strong impact. I was thinking about what you said, the emotional impact. Not only did you find out she cheated on you, but then you find out that the child that she conceived while she was cheating on you is not even yours. That's a double whammy for the father. But then for the child, it's also emotionally traumatic in that way, now that she has to meet somebody else, a complete stranger that isn't her actual biological father. But I remember seeing a case, Kev, about a girl that was 30 something years old and meeting her biological father because of medical reasons.
Wow.
Yes. So certain things that was in her biological father was happening in her life. And they were trying to figure out, and that's when the mom came clean, that this man that you've been calling dad for 30 years is not your dad. Yeah. So it's tough, like hearing these situations and hearing, the depths of the depths that people can go to, not realizing the gravity that it can have on an individual. We talk about kids as if, they're just tangible objects. No, this is a life. This is another human being. This is another human being that has DNA that, had they known the truth, had you just had your stuff together, that perhaps they can know exactly what their DNA, what's going through in their DNA, and from you and from their father, and they can be free.
That's important, because you took it to that standpoint right there, because you think about medical history and everything, and you think when someone gets older and you start wondering why did things happening to me, and you go to ask your father, so do we have a family history of this right here? And all of a sudden, but you're the only person that is happening to,
right?
And it's not happening to your dad,
right?
And you start saying, right, did it skip a generation?
Right.
I got male pattern baldness. Must have
right.
skipped over a generation. I'm just saying. Yes. And you're like, my dad got a full head of hair.
Right.
My hair is like this. Oh, my dad's hair is nice and curly. My hair
nappy,
stringy and thin.
Or that too.
Something wrong. But you don't know. You don't know any better. Then you start thinking about, was I adopted?
Right. And
they didn't tell me. So
I mean, why do I look different than my siblings? All of those things. I mean, I even in my own family, Kev, I remember we were going to I was in town for a funeral back in DC, and one of these situations came up while we were in town. Oh, no. And it was one of those things where he was just different. This kid was just different than everybody else. Yeah. And it was this kid, like, married with his own kids and everything. Found out.
Yeah, we see that stuff on TV. We think it's always like some made for TV movie. But this stuff happens in real life, because I joke about Uncle Daddy, but that's real. I mean, these things happen in real life. Family secrets.
Yes.
So things tend to come out at the most inopportune time sometimes. And only people may know it may be the mom and the grandmama, and nobody want to say anything. But when these children get older, we people say, hey, well, no, as quiet as kept. Don't say anything, nothing, you don't have to worry about it. No, that's being selfish.
Very. And irresponsible too, because like you said, it could be some you may be dating your cousin. I mean, I mean, I'm not trying to create a whole nother topic here, but it can get down to that, where these secrets can really have long-term effects, and
you're serious. That's serious. I mean, because close-knit community, you mess around and date your
yes. Let me tell you, I live in Atlanta, but I know people like South Georgia. Got a lot of stuff going on, and you just be like, okay, you really need to know your family tree, because like, for real, because you could be going to school with your cousin, and she cute, he cute, and then you wonder why your kids come out the way they come out.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong with 11 toes, but I'm just saying, we as the adults have to know when is the appropriate time to have these type of conversations. She chose to do it.
And to have them.
Yeah, and she chose to do it 9 years later. I mean, so could she have had this conversation earlier? By all means, yes. But things probably were going well, and she didn't want to ruin everything. But sometimes, sooner or later, you gotta come clean. If she didn't, imagine her not telling him, and it's 18 years later, and come to find out it's not his child, or emotions get involved. Because I was going to wait and save that one. Because who knows what happened for her to come clean? Were emotions involved? Did she get mad because he was with somebody else? And she said, well, that's why the child not yours anyway. So who's that hurting? Is it hurting the child? Is it hurting him? It's definitely not hurting her, because she's probably getting something off her chest.
I would say something. I want to say something, especially for someone that is in that situation, and you got to do it for the sake of your kids. You got to come clean for the sake of your kids, and you don't know how to. Consider this. Consider going to counseling and share it in a space where it's very therapeutic. I'm not saying he's gonna stay with you. I'm not saying she's gonna stay with you, whatever the case may be. Perhaps, though, because it is a therapeutic environment, maybe that can be something that can be worked through, and this can be a burden that you don't have to continue to carry for another year. And maybe you can get some tools to know how to share this with your child, and they can be also in a therapeutic environment so that they can process this, and they don't have, again, you don't have to carry that burden another year from hiding it from your partner and from your child. because the sooner you share it, the better. And, you know, by all means, I pray that it does work out for you so that it doesn't have to continue to be a secret and you guys can still mend the relationship and move on. But the longer you hold on to something like this, it's going to be, the more damaging it's going to be. And I just want to put that out there, because sometimes people be feeling like, oh, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's never going to be the right time. This is a traumatic experience, but I promise you can get through it. You can get through it.
Look at you, Chanel, bringing this thing home. Look at you. Why you in this thing on? You know, we bring it on. We got some dirty laundry to the air, and then you give them a way to clean it up. Look at you.
Yes, that's what we do. We gotta give them hope, Kev. That's what we're here for. We gotta give them some hope, because we don't want no more 30-year-olds finding out, you know, that cancer ran in your biological side of the family, and you could have did something to prevent it, or had some preventative measures taken years ago. But you see what I'm saying? It can get really bad. It can get really nasty. And so if we can provide any type of hope for these people to get this rectified and be on their journey and be on their path, let's do it.
That's right. We're not here for all these jokes. This is some serious business sometimes.
Yes, it is. It is serious.
Because, you know, you find out your mama not your mama, and you know you came from her, there's a problem. That's different. You find out your daddy not your daddy, and you thought that was your daddy, there'd be a problem, because if you came from your mama, you came from your mama. You can't get another mom. So
but you know what though? There's an era where you were raised by your grandma, and you thought your mom was your sister.
Yeah, that's another show for another time, right there.
Yes. So, but I'm just saying. So it could be your mama is not your mama.
Yeah, that is real. That is.
Yes. So that's why I say both ways. You know.
That is true. That is true. So, you know, Chanel, tell these people how they can find you.
All right. So y'all can find me at Chanel Renee Speaks on Instagram. Y'all can find me there, Lady Chanel Renee, on Facebook, but you definitely want to go to www.crisisandbeyond.org to find me and find all of my services there. And of course, you know, you can always find us back on this channel, you know, the back and forth with Chanel again.
I don't know what you just said. You said back and forth.
The back and forth.
Wow.
But Kev, other than here, where can they find you?
You can also find me on Instagram at Kevin_L_Scott. I'll put it right up on there. See how I be doing it. I'll go through that thing real fast. Get very proficient and efficient at that thing, putting that thing down there real fast. Okay. You can also find me on www.teambyw.com. See the service I have to offer. And also go on my IG page, click on that click on my profile, and you see a different plethora of things that I have to offer. Plethora of things I have to offer. So I'm going to tell you all to stay safe and be blessed. But Chanel, take us home.
All right. So y'all continue to put God first, especially while you out here in these streets and co-parenting with the baby daddies and the baby mamas and my kid's dad and my kid's mom, the bonus parents. Be safe and make sure you put God first, because he's going to lead you and guide you in every way that you should go. So, yes, that's it. That's all. All right. Until next time, y'all have a great rest of your day.
And make sure you tell your children who their parents are. Don't
immediately.
Please. Don't wait till they get too old. That's all we got.
Or just know. Yes. I was gonna say, don't be going half on the baby with everybody. But go ahead.
We out.